Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Tarot Tuesday readings. I've chosen 3 cards for you to guide you into the reading that matches your feelings at the moment. And for reading number 1, I chose the card Be Spirit, Sweet Results Await. And for reading number 2, we have Hawk Spirit, Let Spirit Be Your Guide. And for reading number 3, Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion. So just take a moment now to call all your energy back to yourself and just breathe deeply into your heart space and choose the card or cards that you're really drawn to, that you can't stop looking at, that really draw you in, and I'll see you in the readings. Welcome reading number 1. You chose the card Be Spirit and Sweet Results Await. And I just really saw with this card immediately was the bee was carrying something, and it feels like perhaps you're carrying a lot of responsibilities and burdens and just things that feel heavy to you, and you're not really seeing and feeling the sweetness of life. And that sense of, the solitary bee is almost like you feel like you're doing it all on your own, but forgetting that there is a greater connectedness of support, that you can work together like a hive of bees to create what needs to be created. And yeah, we'll see what the rest of the cards have to say for you for your reading. Card. I just feel like it's just that one that's coming out there. And I may as well draw a few hummingbirds. See what the hummingbirds have to say for you. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we've got to say here. Yeah, and I do feel like this does feel like a connection thing, Mother Earth, feel loved and connected. I read it's connected, it's comforted. Yeah, so feel loved and comforted and connected. And I think this is this support that's around you that you're perhaps not seeing or feeling. Air Guardian, shift your perception. So again, it's just inviting you to see the way you're feeling from a different point of view. You can't write this. The Forest, support. So you are supported. So even if you feel like you're not supported, you are supported. I think you've created this idea that you're separate and disconnected from the support, or it's easier to do it yourself, but you are deeply supported. You see the 3 hearts and the roots here. There's that great sense of support around you. Here come the trees again, the tree of life. And we also have, just check that's in a nice lane frame. Yeah. Forward motion, get up off your perch and move your body to usher in new energy and create positive momentum. Interesting. So within this sense of like there's goodness around you and you're perhaps not seeing it, feeling it, that the support around you is also with the shift your perception, that when you get into that feeling like you're not supported and you're having to do it on your own, you can get quite negative about things around you and life around you, and it's easier if you do create more positive energy. So shift your energy, move into new energy, bring that into your life. With the tree of life, I feel like the tree of life talks a lot about, the roots reaching into the lower world and the branches reaching up into the heavens or the higher worlds. And it's that feeling of wholeness and having a good foundation, good roots, and then the good growth. And I think this is where perhaps that you've got stuck in your mind and thinking that things aren't going to go the way you want them to, or that you just have to do it all yourself. You know, that burden, that weight you carry with you, that you have to do it all yourself. And I really see that this reading is really asking you to imagine a better life for yourself and open yourself up to be inspired by more than what you feel right now. You know, all these little butterflies in this card, and I don't know if you can see them, you know, that sense of like transforming the way you're feeling. Let's see what your tarot cards have to say for you today. Yes, they're coming. That one's a very important one, apparently. And you. And you too. I'll do you for just now. Yes, the Star. I just feel like this is like opening yourself up to more possibilities than what you see now. Like that, letting in the light. 4 of Wands. This is a celebration. And notice that you're not alone. So this is perhaps you feeling like you're alone, but when you start to connect in with more around you, this is when you celebrate, things will come together. We have 8 of Pentacles, which is like, attaining new skills. I'm just noticing all the moons there, like, just as the moon phase goes, it feels like, this is like, it'll just take a bit of time to turn this around, perhaps the whole phase of a moon, but you have this ability to learn new skills, develop new skills, and this might even just be skills as in helping yourself to really feel into what you want and what you desire, and creating that, And perhaps you feel like you're not sleeping well. This is the 9 of Swords. You're not sleeping well. This is, all the thoughts of I've got to do it on my own, and I can't, there isn't the support. There's no one's doing this the right way. I need to do it on my own. And just know that this is not true. The cards have shown you are supported. And we have, I'm going to put this over here, 6 of Wands, which again, like, this is celebration. And I see this as you being celebrated for who you are. Like, once you step out of this darkness of feeling like you aren't noticed or heard or seen or valued in all the things you carry and do for the hive, and actually open yourself to be connected with those around you and opening up to the idea that they can support you too. Like, I feel I can see all these sort of hands here just celebrating you. Just for being you. There's no big thing that you need to do other than just open yourself up to that celebration. We have Justice. So if you feel like, interestingly, I feel like this card is just, if you feel like it's sorry, the words aren't quite coming. If you feel like you have been given the bad egg, like you're just, everything's not working out and it just doesn't seem to be working the way that you hoped it was. I think when you allow yourself this balance, like I see these scales on this, I think it's a sword, but I see these scales and I see this idea of balance, and I think this is the idea of balancing your thoughts and your mind with the feelings in your heart, and sort of allowing that balance to come into your life, and that will help you to feel more connected and grounded instead of sort of held down in the dark. We then have the Fool, and the Fool is very much about letting go and sort of taking that step into the unknown. And for you, it may feel unknown to open yourself up to those around you, to open yourself up to the support that's around you, to really be part of something more than just yourself, feeling like it's you against the world, there's that justice. It's like you feel like it's you against the world, like it's always weighing on you. But when you free yourself from that sense and just take that leap into the future, you create that forward momentum, motion with positive intent, I think everything's going to shift for you in a way that you didn't even see was possible, and you'll be guided as you shift. So the Six of Swords, this is the movement that's required, and at the moment you're kind of unwilling to move, but you are being guided to move. These crows are pulling this boat to shore. You're coming out of that stormy sea and you're going to shore. So I just think that you have this opportunity to really shift your perception of the way that things are for you right now, and shift into a new way of feeling and being, and know that you are guided, that you are supported, that you have great strength within you, that you have this ability to be able to turn your life around and turn how you feel about your life around. I feel like you're just at this point where, you don't even feel like the sweetness is there for you, that you can even have sweetness in your life. And the cards are telling you it's there. The sweetness is there when you open up to realizing that you're not on your own, that there's greater support, there's greater connection around you. And when you do that, that's how everything's going to shift in your life and in yourself. You will start to shift how you feel about your life. Reading number 1. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, reading number 2. You chose the card Hawk Spirit, and let Spirit be your guide. And with hawks, they can fly above. They can see the big picture, but also they have really, really, really sharp eyesight. So they can also see the details. And with this card, there's that sense of perhaps zoom out, because perhaps you're just in this situation or feeling or way of being where you're very zoomed in and you're just seeing things right in front of you, and it's hard to get any perspective or feeling or sense from that. So I feel like this card is asking you to zoom out like a hawk, so fly high above it, like almost like an eagle would, really pull out, zoom out. But with the hawk, zoom in on the important details that you're perhaps missing by being so zoomed in where you are without pulling yourself out from it. So really, it's about taking that different viewpoint of what is going on in your life and what how you're feeling even. And also with Let Spirit Be Your Guide, this card is very much about there is some guidance coming to you. Perhaps you're hearing a song, you're seeing specific words or phrases, you're seeing synchronicities, you're just seeing things that are really guided messages to you, and perhaps in that zoomed in perspective of how you're feeling right now, you're not noticing them. So I feel like there's guidance coming to you as well as just this sense of just giving yourself a different perspective. Let's see what the other cards have to say for you. Oh, that one really wants to come. Be brave and honest. That does not surprise me. Is there another one? No. That's the one. Oh, there's 2 there. Let's see. Hummingbirds 2. Is there another one? I feel like there might be another one in here. Let's see. That's the one there. Jiggle, jiggle. Okay, let's see what these cards. So first we have Be Brave and Honest, Knight. And I think that's this sense of because you're zoomed in, you're perhaps not being honest with yourself with what's going on around you. And the be brave, I just feel like you need to draw on your own strength and zoom out. And I feel quite unsettled right now. And quite often with the readings, I get a sense of perhaps how your life is feeling for you. So for me, sometimes emotions come up, but right now I feel quite unsettled. So if you're feeling unsettled, it could be that you're just a little bit too zoomed in on one specific aspect of your life or the situation that is around you. And this card, I feel like, is asking you to just, in that zoom out, like I said with the hawk, you can be more honest and you can be brave and see the clarity of it all. And when you do that, that's how you'll get the messages that you've been missing from Spirit. Interestingly, this card came out in reading number 1, the Forest Support. You're supported. You are supported. Like I said, Spirit is sending you messages. So you are getting synchronicities, songs, ideas, thoughts, things that are coming through for you. But in your zoomed in perspective, you're not seeing them. So yeah, really important to zoom out. Oh, we have the Luminous Warrior. Wow. That's a beautiful card. And we have the Arrow. Interesting. So I think the arrow, if I remember correctly with this deck, is about sort of flying true. Flying in that straight line to the target. And then the Luminous Warrior is very much about you are a luminous warrior, being brave, believing in yourself, believing that things can work out for you. And I feel like this person here is kind of dissolving. It's like dissolving the illusions of what you think you aren't, dissolving the illusions of things that are not helping you. And then we have, whoops, upside down, Natural Instincts. Is that on the thing? Yeah. Natural Instincts, you know which way to fly. And fly with faith. Trust your sturdy wings and know that the universe is working its magic on your behalf. I feel like you are being deeply guided. Everything is going to ring true. You're going to hit that target. And, part of that is like what you're focusing on, what you're believing in, and just like taking that outward view, that zoom out view, and then focus on what's important instead of the things that you're perhaps struggling with, changing your perception and your feeling about what is in front of you right now. Have faith and be brave, with yourself. Just listen to your instincts, listen to your intuition. You are being guided at the moment. You are getting information at the moment. And just, I feel like just believe in yourself and have trust that things can work out for you. Have trust that things can work out better than you could ever imagine. That's the sense I get. I almost feel kind of breathless right now. Like, you're holding your breath because you just want things to happen. And, in that kind of fear, you're looking at things that aren't helping you. So just be careful what you're focusing in on. The hawk's inviting you to focus in on the good things. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Is that it for just now? I thought there was maybe one more in here, but nope. Let's set it to the side for a minute. Let's see what we've got. Yes. This card came out in reading number 1 as well. We have 6 of Wands, which is celebration. I feel success, celebration, and celebrating you. I think if you really have more faith in yourself, and trust in your future and you being the luminous warrior that you are, that's going to help things to shift in a way that is good for you. Remain connected to the earth. Be the emperor. He's sitting on the earth. You couldn't be more connected. I actually really see the chess piece here, the king chess piece, and it's just like the pieces will fall into place. You are protected and supported, and just know that it's that sort of quiet strength in yourself. You know, this person here seems very sure about themselves, and that's, I think, what you get to feel into as you move through the next phase. We have Knight of Swords, which is, you know, I notice he's on a mountain. He is surrounded by owls, bat, there's a dragonfly, there's a crow, you know, and he is in deep contemplation about his future. It feels like I want to say his future. So he's in deep contemplation about his life, about who he is, about everything. And, you know, this card is very much about clearing your thoughts, clearing your mind, seeing, again, you're on top of a mountain, you're seeing it from a different perspective, you're seeing it from above. So just take that time to really sort out the mind. And, you know, I see like the winds of change are coming, and just allowing yourself to process that. We have the Devil. I feel like this is a lot about your conscious, actually. This card specifically. The Devil here with the puppet strings over the person. I feel like that is your mind is taking over at the moment, and perhaps building thoughts, perceptions, and ideas that are just stories based on fears, and it's controlling you. And you know, this reading is giving you the opportunity to empower yourself and shift that. We have Justice. I just heard, why me? You know, sometimes when you end up feeling like you're a victim of your life or your life situation and what's going on, you know, and you're just like, it's just like, why me? I don't know, it just came out there. So, again, like this balance, I say again because this card came out in reading number 1, and I really saw it as the balance, the scales. And again, I felt like it was mind and heart, you know, just getting too caught up in this mind that's creating scenarios that aren't necessarily true. Instead of being connected and really feeling into things and listening to your mind in a different way, you know, using it to create good in your life, to trust yourself, you know, to know that the arrow is going to sing true. You don't need to worry about the how. All you need to think about is what you want, and listen to the signs and listen to the natural instincts and your intuition that's around you. Yeah, your mind is definitely attacking you. So if you're not sleeping well at the moment, I'm not surprised. With the 9 of Swords, you know, this is a feeling of just like, oh my God, total overwhelm, and just, you know, things are out of your control. But even though things are outside of your control, you know, outside of you, you still have the capacity within you to shift how you feel. Be brave and honest with yourself. Know that you're supported, and like really trust. I just keep hearing trust that it will work out the way it's supposed to, and it will work out really well when you shift your feeling and perspective with you know, the way you're perceiving this situation that you're in. Just see if there's a few more cards. Apparently there's those two. I think that's it. Let's see what these two have to say. Yeah. We have the Moon. And I really feel like this is kind of surrendering, which surrender sounds like giving up sometimes, but that's not what this is about. This is about surrendering the fears and letting them wash away from you. So in this thinking time, let's have a real feel into our fears, and write them down. Write them down. What's my fears? You know, what is really scaring you? Be brave and honest with yourself. Write down your fears, and then it's time to just surrender them. Just let them go, because they're just holding you back from feeling okay, even though things are a little bit jumbled at the moment. It's just holding you back from feeling okay. And, you know, if you want to physically do it, you could burn it safely. Put it on a bit of paper, burn it. You know, you can put a bit of paper, rip it up, you know, but even just sometimes writing it down and just seeing those fears, you know, seeing what is controlling you at the moment will allow you to just feel better. You know, when you don't know your mind, I feel like this guy, he knows his mind. If you don't know your mind, you don't know what it's doing to you. And this is this zoom out, this different perspective. Let's focus in on those fears and let them go, and then create new intent and really feel into what's coming to you. Ace of Wands, again, this is a lot to do with the mind, breaking through that net that's been holding you back. You are a limitless person. And sometimes it can feel like your life is just not going the way you hoped it was. And like, you know, you can't catch a break. And the cards here, you know, I actually feel like a lot of sorrow coming through there, a lot of sadness. The cards here are really telling you to believe that there is success in your future. And it's really close. I feel like that success is really close. Your arrow is flying true. You're being guided. You will like end up where or how you want to be or feel or whatever is going on, you know, it's going to work out. So you don't need to feel the way you're feeling while the universe is working for you, which, you know, sometimes it can feel like your life, you know, it's like, oh, nothing's working out, you know, but it's all for good in the end. Even the challenges, they can be opportunities. So just believe this and yeah, breathe deep. I know it's hard, but really look at what it is that you're dealing with, and that will allow you to feel better even in challenging situations, and just know that success is there. Just really believe and be brave and honest with yourself. Reading number 2, sorry. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, reading number 3. You chose the card Dragonfly Spirit, and truth transcends illusion. Interestingly, like, this card has such a sense of depth to it. In the same way that a dragonfly with its reflective, beautiful wings will catch your eye, I feel like there's guides, you know, spirits. There's something trying to catch your eye. With the card itself, they talk a lot about it's, you know, it's the invisible realm that is trying to catch your eye. But I suddenly got that sense that perhaps something in this physical world is also trying to catch your eye, and you're not seeing the truth because there's an illusion around it, you know, whether it's created by your mind or created by the energies around this, you know, this thing that's going on, or you can see or perhaps feel around you. Interestingly, this card felt very connected to the first card as well. There's a sort of similar little message, so for reading number 1. So if you felt kind of drawn to that reading, there might be another message for you in there. It's very much about knowing a deeper sense of connection with everything that's around you, and knowing that you're being guided on your path, and that when you actually hear the truth of how it, you know, what it is, that's how you can move forward. That seems very kind of, it's a strange thing to say, do you know? It just kind of came through there. Let's see if the other cards can give us some clarity on this. It also feels like if there's a situation around you where you're struggling to find the truth and you can't seem to see what's going on, you know, that you feel like you just don't know what's going on, I feel like shortly the truth will transcend that illusion. There's also the message coming through is like, if you're going through a challenge, definitely see it as an opportunity. Like, the challenge is guiding you onto a better path for your soul, something that really suits you better, even though right now it does not feel like that. Believe me, I know that feeling. Let's see. I'm just drawing all your cards apparently right now, so I'll get the hummingbird through. Let's see. We have, let's check this is straight and all nothing. We have Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Okay, yeah, there's definitely something going on around you right now. Feel loved and comforted, Mother Earth. Oh my goodness, would you believe it? This card came out in reading number 1 and in reading number 2, and it's come out in reading number 3. And I want to clarify here, when I finished a reading, I put the cards back in random places in the deck, not on the top, then shuffle them, and then I bring them out. And yeah, would you believe this card came out in every reading? This card also came out in reading number 1, which is, I said, it had sort of a connection to it. Yes, you are supported. So even if it feels like you are, I heard this sense there, like you're not even on a path, you're in the ditch. Just know it's temporary, and know that it's a challenge that is an opportunity for something better to come through for you right now. This came out in reading number 2. It was funny, as I've been doing these readings, I really felt like they were all connected in some way or form. You know, it's almost like they're telling a story, different aspects of a story, and perhaps a lot of people are going through a similar kind of situation and feeling at the moment. So Luminous Warrior was in reading number 2. So any of those readings, if you felt there was a little message, there might be a little message in there. Luminous Warrior is about transcending illusion, namely your own illusion about yourself. So if you feel like you're not feeling strong or brave, or like you don't know how to deal with this challenge or the way things are at the moment, the Luminous Warrior is about dissolving that illusion of what you think is and really drawing on your inner warrior. You know, you are a luminous warrior. You can light up the world, and you can light up your life, and really focusing in on the things that light you up. And then we have hum. Try humming to balance and raise your vibration. Is this on the thing nicely? Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I hear that, I just have that sense of, humming when people get a little bit irritated, they hum. And this let go of the need to be right. I just feel like perhaps it's something that's kind of irritating you. And, you're like, let that out. Really let that out. I feel like, humming, a bit of movement, raising your vibration, interestingly, with the Luminous Warrior, this is very much about changing the way you feel. And the washing machine now wants to tell us it's finished. Humming. The washing machine is playing a wee tune. Raise your vibration. So I want you to really feel into ways that you can shift. And it feels like you actually really need to knock this out of yourself, I feel like you've kind of got stuck in this rut, in the ditch, and you have this opportunity to hum, to raise your vibration, to look at the light, focus on the light. Whereas some of the other readings have been quite soft and, you're quietly guided, you just need to do this and that. This reading really feels like, let go of the need to be right. It's a lot more direct in its meaning, in that change this, There's no it's like there's softness, there's always softness, but it's very much like just do it. You are capable of changing this, change it. Stop getting caught up in the way you are just now. There is softness though. Feel loved and comforted, and you're supported. So draw on those energies, draw on your support as you make this big change in your mind to shift the way you feel. That's the thing. It's like It's not a big thing you have to change outside of you. It's just a big shift where you're just like, I choose to raise my vibration, to believe in my luminous warrior. I choose the truth of who I am, instead of letting your thoughts choose you, letting your thoughts make you feel like you're not worthy of anything good in your life, and making you feel like you need to fight just to feel better, Let's see. Good load of cards are coming through there. Is that them? Yeah, that's them for a minute. Yeah, Seven of Swords is very much feeling like you're being attacked, and then let go of the need to be right. I feel like you feel like you're being attacked, therefore you're kind of almost moving with lashing out, you're lashing out at the attacks, and that's not who you are. And this is where the softener comes in. As much as you're a warrior, and you can, it's like, so I feel like this card has two meanings. You have that sense of you can, you need to stand up for yourself and believe in yourself. Like, you also need to be aware that fighting your way out is not the answer. You get to balance and raise your vibration, and then that'll change. And raising your vibration isn't about raising it in anger. This is like more heart energy, more light, less of all the fears that create the anger within you. Excuse me, I've got to cough a second. We have Queen of Cups. Being in control of your emotions. Interesting, I was just talking about anger, frustration, feeling just like attacked. This is coming into that balance and harmony with a higher vibration. Being in control of those emotions, letting the water wash off what isn't serving you right now. The Chariot is a lot about movement, so you get to move forwards now in balance with the light and the dark horses here, in balance. And notice that the horses aren't actually attached to the chariot in any way. And I feel like this is going to free you. Like, the horses are running free with the chariot. It's like everything's going to run free together, and you're going to feel freer. You have been, and you get to continue to work on your foundation. Your foundation is your roots. You have been putting a lot of energy into your roots, and there's a lot of good energy, abundance. The Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Interesting, we've got Seven of Swords, number 7, the Chariot, and 7 of Pentacles here. We're seeing all the sevens. So yeah, worth seeing what the number 7 means. You Pentacles, it was about abundance, whether that's physical health abundance, whether it's monetary abundance, or whether it's just knowing that you are, all connected and feeling good inside. You can feel the light of the luminous warrior inside you. And notice how much bigger the roots are compared to the plant. So actually, you've done a lot of work to get to this point, and you're not seeing the much growth, and I think that's what's kind of getting you more frustrated about the way things are moving at the moment. But they are moving, and they will move in more balance when you shift your perception. We have Strength. It's funny, the luminous warrior and Strength. I feel like the strength is going to come from you continuing to move in balance with yourself, and not getting drawn into that needing to be right or needing things to be a certain way. We have Three of Wands. This is you looking out on a new horizon. About to step out in that new horizon. There's just this little shift of perception that you get to feel into now. And yeah, look out into the horizon. I can't help but feel like the surfboard joyous movement. Joyous movement. You know, you get to go play. Page of Wands is very much about success as well. You know, I feel like this person is celebrating and dancing into her future. So this reading really feels like whatever you've been telling yourself or whatever you feel about what's going on around you, there's a deeper sense of truth to it. And letting go of and dealing with the way you're feeling, and perhaps that need to be right, that sense of anger, frustration that things aren't going the way that you thought they should. Know that you might feel like you're in the ditch, but my goodness, you're just gonna come out this ditch, no bother, in balance. You know, you in this ditch, you have been growing your roots. You have been getting your strength. You know, you have been working on your own strength. That idea that, you know, a tree with very small roots gets blown over in the first wind. Well, you're not going to get blown over because you have worked really hard to get your roots good and strong and vibrant and plentiful. And now you can step out into your future, your playful future, your enthusiastic future, you know, in balance with a greater sense of who you are. This luminous warrior transcending the illusion of where you thought you've been and what you think has been happening. And, you know, it's like the universe is working for you. You aren't a victim. And when you turn that around and really change your way of being about your life, that's where you're going to step into this amazing future. And I feel like you're already doing it. You know, I get a sense you're already doing it. It's just you've perhaps been finding this week in particular, it's been feeling pretty hard. But just know you're supported, you're loved, and you are doing it. You're doing it, you know? You've done all the hard work. You're moving into your future. Reading number 3. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me.